After a much better start to the season than any of us expected, the vultures have started to circle. And as we approach the transfer window, there's like half a dozen of our players who are now wanted by other clubs. And we have to start thinking in terms of how this transfer policy net profit business is going to end up working. Hello and welcome to part 4 of my Arsenal FM17 playthrough, which is now called Gunning for Glory, because that was the best suggestion that we had in the comments. Quite a few of you came with that one. Thank you to everyone who suggested names for the series. I like Gunning for Glory. It's awesome. We'd better get these thumbnails and whatnot changed. But anyway, I digress. I'm Kev, and today we're playing Brighton and Manchester United in the Premier League. Since you were last with me, it's been nothing but green on there. I mean, that's just a beautiful thing to look at. We've already qualified out of our Europa League group. We were top of the Premier League, but now we're not, because I don't really know how that's happened. We haven't lost or even drawn a game, but I think it's because Chelsea have played more games than us, and maybe we had a game in hand on them, but I don't know. It's too complicated. But hopefully we can continue winning ways today and keep putting pressure on Chelsea at the top of the league. But the other side of the business of managing Arsenal isn't just trying to get them back in the Champions League, trying to win the Premier League. We have a mission to end this season. Well, not end this season necessarily, but end the save. So by the time we win the Champions League, we need to be operating at a net profit. And net profit, not profit. A net profit, and I don't want that to be a fire sale right at the end. So we've spent already this summer £155 million on 4 really top young players, 5-star potential wonder kids. But that means we've got to recoup £155 million from somewhere. We're less than 2 months away from the transfer window reopening, and Danny Welbeck is wanted by Man City. Giroud is wanted by Man City. I guess they're not going to want both of them, but we might be able to get them to have some kind of bidding war. Bellerin is wanted by Barcelona. Iwobi is wanted by Liverpool, Man City and Man United. And then Debuchy, I don't even know what he's for. He's probably wanted by Colchester or someone. Slightly better than Colchester. But he'll go for next to nothing. But we need to decide. And if you let me know down in the comments, I would definitely take these views on board. We need to decide if we're going to sell anyone in January or if we're going to wait until the summer. And if we're going to sell, how many of these are we going to sell? Who are we going to sell? And how much money should we be trying to get for them? My initial instinct is Giroud's 30 years old. If we can get anywhere above his market value of £21 million, that seems to make sense to me. He cost us £9.75 million 5 years ago. Yeah, he's scoring a lot of goals, but he's 30. So I'm thinking if Man City come in January with £30 or £40 million off of offer for him, we will bite their arm off. Welbeck, on the other hand, age 25, we probably want to keep hold of him for a little bit longer. Bellerin at 21, we definitely want to keep hold of. And Iwobi at 20, we definitely want to keep hold of. So my initial instinct is we'll let Giroud go if the right offer comes in, especially because Lacazette is getting closer and closer to fitness. I'm not sure where he is, but he is in training again now. There you go, full training in 3 days. So we can just substitute him straight into the squad for Giroud and not really miss Giroud, hopefully. But then there's the whole attacking midfield situation where we've got a lot of players and we need to be thinking in terms of, right, although no one actually is bidding or wants them yet, Sanchez is 27, Ozil's 28. They're both getting to the point where we might want to move them on and cash in while they're at their peak profit-wise. Do we look to sell either of them in January? Do we look to sell them both? Do we wait until the summer? And then we looking at both. So much to think about. So let me know down in the comments what your thoughts on all that are. But for now, let's get into some matches. And this is the team that we're going to be playing for our home game against Brighton. Trying to make it what would be, I think, 9 straight wins in the Premier League, which would be awesome. So we're going with Cech in goal, a back four of Monreal, Koscielny, Mertesacker and Mustafi, Cazorla and Coquelin in midfield, with Welbeck, Ozil and Lamar in behind Giroud. It's certainly not my first choice team. We're rotating a little bit because we've just played a European game in midweek and we've got Man United coming up next. So we're slightly rotated going into Brighton with a view to we should be able to beat them even a little bit rotated, and then everyone will be a little bit fresher for Man United, who are, I mean, one of our bigger challenges. I'm actually surprised to see how well Leicester are doing. That's considering, especially we thumped them on the first day of the season. Leicester have pretty much won every game since we beat them, which is a pretty impressive start to the season for them. Danny Welbeck, his 11th goal of the season, makes it 1-0 with less than 3 minutes on the clock. And hopefully we're just going to keep rolling on and pick up another win and then take that momentum into Manchester United. But it's not just about the winning, is it? That's what we've got to keep remembering. I've got to get out of my normal spend, attack mindset and try and manage like a grown-up. Tactically, we seem to have stumbled across something else that works quite well, which is good. See, Kev can do tactics, but transfer-wise is going to be where I really struggle, because I think in non-league to legend overall... one moment. Lost the ability to speak for a second there. But as I was saying... in non-league to legend, I think we ended up overspending by about £600 million. So I do maybe have a tendency to spend a little bit more money than I should spend. Although I never bankrupted a club. We got close, but it never actually happened. So I'll stand by that forever. We don't bankrupt clubs. We just make it easy for them to bankrupt themselves after we've gone. Lamar to Giroud, and that's a massive miss from Giroud. When you've got Lacazette breathing down your neck coming back to fitness... you really should be putting those away, Giroud, because I definitely think if we get a decent offer for him, he's probably on his way, maybe as soon as January. I don't know, what's the price? What would we look for in January? Bearing in mind, we could conceivably be top of the league at that point, with him with a hatful of goals in his system. Are we looking for a massive fee? 30, 40, 50 million pounds? Is anyone likely to pay that? Or are we just looking to get more than what he's worth? If I come in with 25, I mean, I'd probably be inclined to accept 25 even. But then we're not going to replace him for 25. And that's where it becomes difficult. If we're going to keep buying players for 50 and 60 million pounds like we were in the summer, then we're going to have to be selling them on for more than that each time. I don't know what's wrong with my throat today. We need to be selling them on for more than that. Otherwise, we're going to end up having to sell more than we're buying. And that way, and then we're relying on the youth system churning out good players, which I hear there are some good players down there. Reece Nelson is one that people keep talking to me about, who in non-league to legend ended up playing about 160 times for England. So I know he's got potential to be pretty decent. Someone like Iwobi, I mean, I said I don't really want to sell him because he's young, but is he... in a team that's got Lamar and Asensio, is Iwobi ever going to be a regular? And if not, when is his value going to be highest? Is it going to be highest now because of potential? Or is it going to be highest in 3 seasons' time when he's a squad player who's not really getting in the team but hasn't really fulfilled his potential either? Lamar's got a chance to score a second screamer here. Let's just arrange the next substitution. Coquelin's going to come off for El Neni. And hopefully Lamar's just going to stick this one in the back of the net as well. Oh, he doesn't. He crosses it into Mertesacker and it ends up in the back of the net. Either way, Mertesacker's certainly another one who, if anyone was interested, would be looking to move on. We've got, what's his face? Who's the guy we signed in the summer? I don't remember his name. I need to look at the team. His name is Christensen. We signed him in the summer, so we could probably move Mertesacker on, but... we need money for him and no one's interested at the moment. So kind of, if no one's interested, I don't want to be offering players out to clubs and upsetting them. I just want to be accepting big offers as they come in naturally, I think. Is that the right way to do it? Or is there a way to offer someone like Mertesacker out without upsetting him? Alexis with his 4th goal of the season. It's one of the first times I've actually played him up front, coming off the bench. Obviously gives us another option up there as well. And he's done really well there. Just takes it down, beats his man, thumps it into the back of the net. And we took our time to get going, but as Brighton have tired, we've just completely taken control of this game against 10 men and just made it all look really rather easy, which is awesome. And then he makes a tackle. Lamar, I don't really know what he was thinking there. And the whistle's going to go any second now. And then we just need to prepare ourselves for Man United. I just realised Welbeck's still on the pitch. I could have put Welbeck up top and moved Alexis out to the wing where he's been playing, which is what we normally do. But I guess this way seemed to work. They both scored, so let's not complain too much. And now, fingers crossed, we go and put in an equally good performance against Manchester United. And almost as if I can see the future between those two games over the course of the international break, 3 players came to me whining, saying they wanted moves to other clubs. Giroud wants to go to Paris Saint-Germain, which I tried to talk him out of. I did the whole thing where we tried to agree a fee. He wouldn't agree a fee with me, so I guess he still wants to go, but we haven't agreed to let him go. It's all very confusing. Iwobi and Bellerin both want to go to Man City, which, again, these aren't clubs who were in for them when we looked a minute ago. I'm very confused. But Mertesacker has managed to talk both Bellerin and Iwobi out of it, but Giroud might well be on his way. We've made a couple of changes for the Man United game as well, trying to get as close to full strength as we can. So Kolasinac comes in at left back, and Sanchez comes back in on the left-hand side of midfield. And I can't remember we've had the international break. I can't remember who was in the last team now. It's pretty close to full strength. Yeah, it's fine. White, Cazorla, there we go. I don't really know who my first choice central midfielders are. There's been a lot of debate about them down in the comments over the last couple of episodes. Because at the moment we've got Coquelin and Cazorla, which seems to be working well. But we've also got Ramsey, who I haven't really given enough game time to, because I don't really know how to fit him into this system. He's a bit too attacking to be one of the midfield 2, but not attacking enough to be one of the other 3. So Ramsey might even be someone we look to sell, because although he's a good player, doesn't really fit into our system that we're using at the moment. He'd be brilliant in a 4-3-1-2. No? Still not using that? Jack Wilshere, not getting anywhere near the team at all now, so perhaps try and move him on. Xhaka, people have been asking about. I've used a little bit, but kind of prefer Coquelin, because they do a similar sort of job, I think. Who else have we got who can go in there? I think that's it. Does that feel like it? Oh, Zlatan. Of course, they've got a fully fit Zlatan in this Man United team. A fully fit, year younger than real life Zlatan that we need to be aware of. As it stands right now, though, we are top of the league. So we're playing before Chelsea. All the more reason to pick up a win if we can manage to squeeze one out of Man United here. It would be our 10th Premier League win in a row if we manage to do it. And Thomas Lemar, I think that's his 10th goal of the season. It's his 9th of the season. He is an incredible player. I mean, he was good last year when we had him at AC Milan. But seriously, at 20 years old, playing in this inside forward position, I've rarely seen a player like it. He just scores all kinds of goals. He's involved in everything. He's the best player at the club already. It's absolutely insane how good Thomas Lemar is. And again, as it stands right now, 2 points clear at the top of the league, putting a little bit of pressure on Chelsea, which is marvellous stuff. Right, Alexis is in behind, tucks it back to Welbeck, and it's 2-0. Danny Welbeck, his 12th goal of the season, grabbing one against his former club. Welbeck's really good in Football Manager. Why isn't he like this in real life? Let me know down in the comments. But no, that's a nice little finish from Danny Welbeck. He's just calm it down now. And I agree, Danny. Let's just calm it down. Nice and calm. Deep breaths, because Zlatan's still in the Man United team and has made it 2-1. It's his 13th of the season. So Zlatan Ibrahimovic, even better than Danny Welbeck. There's breaking news for you from the world of Football Manager. I mean, that's a lovely finish, isn't it? Mertesacker is on him, but he's completely powerless to stop Zlatan scoring there. And he's in again, and it's Martial this time. And before we even really know what's hit us, Man United have pulled 2 goals back, and it's now 2-2. And all the momentum is with Man United. And yeah, this is the problem when in this system that we're using, because we're very exposed at the back. We don't have any kind of holding midfield player. We push our fullbacks on. At times, we're being found with 2 defenders taking on all 4 Man United attackers. And it's the same thing that we're doing to other teams on occasion. It's making for high-scoring games, but we just need to try and outscore them. Right, predictably, Danny Welbeck is injured, so we'll bring on Giroud. And Ozil's not having the best of games, so we'll bring on Asensio. I mean, they're 2 handy substitutions to be able to make in the circumstances. So hopefully between the 2 of them, they can muster up a winning goal for us. Lemar with the free kick tries to find Cazorla, but De Gea's there. And we just need to make sure we're not left exposed at the back again, because it's 3-on-3 back there. But I think Mertesacker's made it back, but Lingard's in behind. I thought he'd left Man United. Why is Lingard there? Or did I not? Perhaps he hasn't. I get confused. Right, we've got 10 minutes. Let's have a winner. What substitution can we make to grab us? Mertesacker's not having a very good game. We haven't got any other attacking. We've got Iwobi, but I don't want to take anyone off to bring him on. So let's just shore up at the back a little bit. Bring Mustafi on for Mertesacker. And hopefully, it was Mertesacker who was at fault for the first United goal. And hopefully... Oh, Cazorla's in! Was it Cazorla? It was Cazorla. I don't even know who took the corner. Was it Lamar? Lamar crosses in. It sort of bobbled around in the United area a little bit. And with 3 minutes to go, Santi Cazorla. So it fell to Giroud. Then, I mean, it just drops in front of Cazorla. De Gea would expect to do better than that with that. And we've got to hold on for 3 minutes, 3 seconds now. And we've beaten Manchester United at Old Trafford. And we are top of the league, ending the episode for the second episode in a row. The next time you're with me, we should be into transfer window territory as well. So I really need your feedback down in the comments on who we should be selling and how much we should be looking to sell them for. If Paris Saint-Germain are in for Giroud, then there must be serious money available, especially if we can get Paris Saint-Germain and Man City in a bidding war for him. That would be awesome. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. And thank you very much for watching.